first one is about, and I'm sure a lot of the people watching have seen it as well, the Louis Theroux Manosphere documentary, which, interesting, the article said it didn't explore enough the effect that the manosphere has on women, which I have to say, when I was watching it, I did kind of feel that, like, he talked a little bit to the women, but he didn't explore it further. Like, there was a couple times where he tried to speak to some women. He was blocked by speaking to the women by the men that he was technically focusing on. And then he never chased that up again, which I thought irritated me. I was like, go find her. Find her when she's not, like, in earshot of these guys, and find out what she really thinks. Or some of those, I am assuming, only fan babes that were invited onto these various podcasts and then literally intellectually ridiculed by the men. Like, they were used to prove how stupid women are, and therefore women shouldn't be able to vote or be in charge or anything. And I was like, go talk to them and ask them, why do they put up with that? I assume they put up with it in order to get more incels signing up to their OnlyFans account.
Yeah, I imagine. It's interesting. So I wanted this article because she did. So Lucy, the writer, was talking about how they didn't explore the effects of women enough. But my argument is that's not what this documentary was. She even really didn't like that. Now she's like, oh, this is an overdone topic, the manosphere topic. But I feel Louis doing it brings it to the mass. I'm sorry, Louis is the mass appeal. He's the documentary maker that everyone watches. So for him to finally do it, we're bringing it to all the people who are not understanding, not caring, not realizing the effects of the manosphere. So to me, this is why I liked this documentary, because I think it brought to light everyone into light. Also, that's not what this documentary was. This documentary did not say, this is a documentary on how the effects of the manosphere affects. No, it was, this is what it is. This is the to give us the inside view of it. Also, we keep saying manosphere. It's not manosphere, everyone. It's boyosphere. These are boys, right? It's the boyosphere. Anyone who is in this world, this is the boyosphere, all right? This is not men. These are guys that are basically running MLMs at this point. They want the boys to pay attention to them, so then they can say, invest your money in this, buy this product. It's an MLM.
What's an MLM?
Multi-level marketing.
Multi-level marketing. Okay. I was getting confused.
MLM, men loves men, is much better. That's true. But it's multi-level marketing is all that they're doing right now, right? This is the boy version of Avon, or the boy version of whatever. So, I mean, God bless.
So wait, if I join, do I get Tupperware? I'm excited about that. I'll go for Tupperware.
Only if you cook meals and put them in and then give it to the boys. That's the only way you're going to get Tupperware from them.
No thanks.
But I just thought it was I really liked it. And what was interesting too is Andrew Tate wouldn't even go on this documentary because he wanted to get paid. And he's like, well, if you're not going to pay me, I'm not going to show up, which I'm like, oh my God. Whereas this guy, HS Tiki-Taki, who is the main guy that we follow around, which is 23-year-old, that's right, 23-year-old, boy, not a man, Harrison Sullivan.
I mean, that's not fuckable, is it, 23? I'm saying that at 11:07 in the morning. Yeah, that is not.
No. They think they are, but they are not.
He's the one that had to run away to Spain because there was an arrest warrant out for him in the UK. But then he keeps, do you know what? I actually talked to my boys about this, and I said, what's the deal? Like, what's going on? Especially with the teenage mobs that we had this week. There was mobs in Clapham, High Street, of teenagers, and they said that the problem is there's no consequences. So HS Tiki-Taki goes around beating people up, but you never see if he gets arrested for that. You never see if charges are filed. All you see is the event and none of the consequence, which is probably why teenagers are going, well, let's go mob, because what are they going to do? And it's like, you're filming your own evidence for trial. You're going around with it's insane.
It's ridiculous, but then we don't see consequences. So then everyone's like, oh, this is fine. So then the boys look at this behavior. It's smoke and mirrors, because, in the background, when we meet HS Tiki-Taki's mom, she hates everything that he is standing for. And yet she is allowing him because he's making lots of money. So again,
he's bought me a house. He's such a good boy. He's bought me a house. I
Yeah,
know.
the
I
corruption of who we are for money. Again, this is all about money, and people think that these boys think the more money they have, the more power they have, but it's really heartbreaking. But again, I think it just shows a generation of people who are looking for something to follow, right? There's
mm.
an increase in people joining churches right now. There's an increase in people. Everyone's looking for someone to give them guidance, something to follow. And unfortunately, these boys have targeted and gotten this group of boys where they feel they're not represented anymore. No, follow, so, and a lot of them, they talk a lot about how they didn't have father figures in their lives, which, I could delve into that, but I think there's a lot of boys that are involved with the boys sphere that did have fathers in their
Mm.
lives. So I don't
But
want to put it on
likewise,
that.
I think there's a lot of great men who were raised by single mothers who really, because of that, respect women all the more. In fact, I always say, find a man who was raised by his mom and his aunties and has a bunch of sisters, because they tend to be the ones that are more feministly inclined.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not
Oh,
even feministly inclined, it's humanistically inclined, everyone. Yeah.
James says when he was a lad, there were consequences to being a dick in real life. What were the consequences, James? To
He probably
being
got beaten up. Did he get
Oh,
beaten up?
yeah, but if you get beaten up by other guys, because the women aren't going
Yeah.
to beat you up. So if all the boys around you are all following HS Tiki Talkie and all being dicks, then who's left to do the beating up? The
Yeah.
chess
Yeah.
nerds?
Yeah. 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 I mean, it's interesting because if all of us women just band together and just never went for anyone like HS Tiki and only went for like
Yeah.
small, intellectual, nerdy, lovely gentlemen who are fantastic, oh my God, then the power dynamic. So it's up to us women, really. It's Liza Strada. Liza Strada.
I have said this for years. I've said Hollywood has created a problem because Hollywood only makes us attracted to alpha men, when in fact women should be attracted to beta men. But we don't. If you just did more beta male romance movies, then
Hmm.
we'd all be the guys that are there going, listen, I'm quite happy to actually do my routine, come home, cook, clean, you go out and be an amazing woman. And yet we don't. Women are told not to find that attractive because he's not providing. No, you're providing because you kick ass, lady. And I think
Hmm.
that's the problem. That's the ultimate downfall of feminism, is that the fact is what we're fighting for is women's right to choose. But one of those choices is indeed to either be an OnlyFans girl or a housewife or a trad wife if you want it, which by is your second story coming up. And because we're fighting for the right to choose, there are still women that are going down that path going, this is what I want. And as a true feminist, you have to go, well, I support you.
Well, yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah. What? That's a nice lead. Should we just go to the second one because
Let's
that
do
goes
it.
right into yeah.
Mike says he was raised by mum, granny, and aunties. Allyson, he would love to hear your thoughts on Tommy Robinson.
Oh.
Quickly, before we go to our second story, what are your thoughts on Tommy Robinson?
Well, I mean, he's the living, breathing embodiment of everything I can't stand. I just, again, it's people are looking for a leader. People are looking for someone. And it's like the louder and stronger and more opinionated you are, people go to it, right? They
Yeah.
just need something to hold on to. So again, Tommy Robinson right now is this male figure for a lot of them. They're like, yeah, 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 yeah.
I find him quite pathetic. You know how he's been arrested again or pretended that
Mm,
somebody's been at risk so that he can raise money. He's kind of like, it's interesting, at least these young ones, HS Tiki Talkie has this MLM, as you call it, where he's set
yeah.
up businesses and he's trying to get people to subscribe. Whereas Tommy just goes online and goes, will you help me fundraise so I can get bail? Because, it's like, dude, you've got all of the opinionation, but none of the business nous to do the second
Yeah.
half of it. It's really, truly pathetic.